everybody, it's me again in another episode of Dad Doing Dad Things. And this episode, as I might have mentioned in the previous one, I'm going to be using this fancy tool here, which I don't remember how to use, but we're going to get it figured out, to adjust the sprinklers. So I think what we have is a rainbird system, if I remember right. I don't exactly remember, but this tool here is apparently what you use to adjust the spray pattern in terms of how far it goes left and right of each of the heads. So we've got a couple heads in the yard that have over time kind of shifted and are like getting the deck really wet or getting a lot of cement. And so I figure I'll just probably come around the yard, look at each of the spray patterns, see where they're going, and make adjustments as necessary. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll try and do my best to talk you through how I figure out how to use this tool as I go. Okay, folks, so I think I kind of got it figured out now. So Scott's a big helper. All right, watch out. Here, let me show you. So this one here, aside from the fact it is pointing at the trees, but this one here we kind of want to go 360 degrees. So what you do, there's an adjustment, just a standard regular flathead screwdriver right on the top, and you can go round and round and round. So this one, all right, so it stopped there, and then it's going to go back. So you can feel the motor as you're turning it when it naturally wants to stop, and so then it stopped there. And so there is a 360 degree on this. So you can see here, if we put it this way, directly up is 360 degrees. So if it's facing the screw, which is what that top hole is, that's 360 degrees of rotation. On the left is 270. If it's pointing directly back, it's 180, and then to the right is 90 degrees. So that's kind of the orientation here. So Scott, let me get down here a second. So right now, you can see, if we pull off some of this moss, you can see we've got, here's the screw, and here's this, which means that we're just a little bit shy of 360. Now that we turned it, it comes all the way over here. It's going to have us go all the way back. So you got to turn it. Once it stops turning in one direction, you got to let it do its thing. And so then I just turned it up. So now it's going in this direction. I got to spin around on this one because it's 360. It gets all the way to the other side and then begins to rotate back. So I think based on where we're at in the yard here, 360 degrees is perfect. So we're going to go and see about making some adjustments on the others. Okay, so I just came across another key point that I felt like we could share. So we just got done adjusting all the sprinklers on the one zone. So now, instead of waiting till that zone is completely done, what you can do is you go back in to where your sprinkler controller is, and you can actually just manually set it to the next zone. So I'll report back once we're there. Okay, so here we've got our zones. We can see we only had 1 minute left. I can just hit next and it automatically transfers to the next zone. So now we're gonna head back out there and we should see some new sprinkler heads up. Okay, so we're back out here in the yard, and as you can see,
a new sprinkler!
We got a new sprinkler head up over here. So we're just gonna go and check its range of motion real quick.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, don't stop it, hang on. Scott's being a big helper. Hang on, here, let me see. Can I try? Okay, so it's coming back this way. So it comes way too far this way. So hopefully we can adjust that. And then, whew. Okay, it's got a pretty good range of motion. We're gonna go back over here though. Okay. So this one, I think the problem is, there we go. It didn't want to turn, so I just kind of held it a little bit. It's coming pretty far this way. And pretty far that way. So we're going to adjust it down. All right, so I keep spinning it here. Whew. These ones that go a long way are kind of hard because they just spray you. All right, so it's All right, let me get this one figured out before I get soaked. Okay, so I think I got it this time. I had to hold the head down with one hand and use the screwdriver on the other, otherwise it kept twisting. So watch out, Scott.
I'm gonna
So
jump.
now it's gonna naturally come all the way over here, and it stops there, which is pretty good. It goes in the woods a little bit, but we have some yard over there. And then we're turning it back this way, to which case it goes all the way over there, which is just next to the woods. So I would say that one's adjusted perfect.
Go!
All right, going to the next one. Okay, so the rest of that zone is all done. I think we're finished with 3 zones now.
Yeah.
So now we got 3 more to go because we've got 6 zones total at the house. So we're gonna make a couple trips back and forth to the box to hit that manual button. Here we are, back at the box again. You can see we got 4 minutes left on the zone. Bink, and next. And so now we got 10 more minutes to finish off. Going to the next zone. Okay, Scott is still running around here, but we are out at the next zone. And Dad's just taking a quick look at this one, because this one...
It's broken.
Hey, watch out, I took that top off. Hey, watch out. So, what I'm checking is I'm getting soaked, as that inevitably happens. So this is a 360 degree one, and it's spinning, rotating around. Probably need to pull some of this grass back from it, but it is spinning around. But there is another adjustment, so let me spin it back. So as you can see over here, our pole barn has been getting wet. I did adjust it through this, so I got a smaller screwdriver right here in the front. Use this, which you can use to turn, and it pulls it way down, the spray. Or if you loosen it up, if I can loosen it up, there we go. So you can see as I loosen it, it sprays way further.
And higher.
And so this one, because we got a lot of other coverage in the yard, I'm gonna turn this one down quite a bit. That way our pole barn doesn't get sprayed anymore. Now that I cranked it way down, I gotta spin it all the way around one way. And I gotta spin it back around the other way. Okay. And so, let's see. I think that's just barely hitting it, so I'm gonna call that good. I'm gonna throw this little topper back on it.
These are my sweatpants.
And then we're gonna call that one good. Now we got this guy over here. Let's go check him out. So it's got a super high spray because it's covering a really long area. See, we got some plant hanging out the top of it because they get buried underground. So we'll take that off. And let's see how far it goes. Getting close to the one side here. I would assume it should stop. And it gets a little bit into the bush. And I guess those trees grew a little bit. Watch out, Scott.
I want to get sprayed.
Oh man, it's spraying real deep into those trees. Move, please.
Or just jump over it.
All right, I'm gonna guess that this one's set to a 360 degree, which I guess isn't bad. I mean, it's just spraying the tree. And I don't see any discoloration over here on the pole barn. So I'm gonna guess that it's probably not hitting it. Otherwise it would be pretty discolored.
And water.
Yeah.
Would be dripping.
So I'm gonna speed this turn up a little bit. We're just gonna give it a spin. So it stops right here to the right of the pole barn. That looks good. And it looks like it just barely touches that side. So I think we're good here as well. Okay.
We're back.
We're back. We're on zone 5. Almost done. We're gonna take some of that water off. Okay, quit. You're getting me wet, dude. And find out. All right, this one's not 360, which I'm not sure why.
Be burning.
Okay, watch out. Watch out. This one appears to be not moving real well.
How about you?
Let's go to this side. Let's see if it starts moving now. Move. Sometimes as dad doing dad things, you gotta deal with kids doing kid things. It's the truth. Okay. looks like in a future episode we might be replacing a couple heads because I don't think these motors are working. All right, I think that's the second dead motor I've seen now, so that might be a replacement. Stay tuned in an upcoming video. In the meantime, let's replace these. All right, folks, so this sprinkler head here is the reason that I came out here to do this in the first place. So as you can see, it's spinning this way. I don't know, I feel like it's gonna hit maybe a little bit of the garage.
It's there, look where I'm pointing.
I see, okay, so it's hitting a little bit of the garage over there, but we do want it to go that way. So this is one of those cases where I'm gonna adjust down the, if I can find the right screwdriver here. I'm gonna adjust down the spray. So this is the screw on the top here, and I'm gonna go to the right with it, which just thins it out a little bit. So we're probably getting about the full range this way. You can see it's just a lot lower to the ground now. We'll see. You gotta move, Scott, so I can see where it goes. So ideally, we'll be able to see it get over here. I don't even know if you can see it much, but it's going a little bit beyond Scott. You got to move a little bit more. Please don't block it. Okay, so it is not hitting the garage at all, so that's perfect. So let's see what happens when it gets over here, because it was the one that, from my understanding, was soaking the wood. So we're going to come over here. We're going to speed it up a little bit. Not really, but we're going to turn it. Yeah, still going to spin in that direction. So let's see what it does. It's getting there, it's getting there. It's just barely touching, but there's no reason for it to spin that far. So we're going to come over here, and instead of going 270, we're going to back it back down. Okay, so back down. Now we're going to test the full range of motion. So all the way over here, past Scott. We're over here in the yard. This is where we want to be. And now it's coming over. And now it stops right there, which is perfect. Now it's not going to hit our deck or our patio. So I think we've only got one more, which is over here. So we're going to come over here and check this one out. This is the last of the heads. Doesn't look like it's hitting the deck, so that's positive. We do have two that need to be replaced. This one's spinning, so that's good. Let's see what kind of range of motion we got. So over here, we're just next to the house.
That's me.
Oh. Well, that's a pretty small range of motion. I think we actually want to go over a little further. So we're going to come over here. We're going to spin a little bit. Ah, that's a problem though. This one, the whole base needs to be turned, I think. So we're going to back it back down so we're at least not hitting the house. And we're going to call that good. Next time we're going to come out, we'll end up replacing the couple heads that need to be replaced and hopefully turn just a couple of them that need to be turned. Nice throw, Scott. Okay, everybody. Well, I hope you guys, ooh, I'm getting wet. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Dad Doing Dad Things. And Scott throwing frisbees. And Dad having to deal with some of the dad things the dads have to deal with. Whoa, he threw it to me. Ready? Ready, Scott?
Yeah.
Sometimes this is part of Dad doing dad things too. Not a bad hand. Or bad throw for my... Oh, I got it in the fire pit. Nice. Anyways, that was my left hand. But, yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. We hope you guys enjoyed. There goes the frisbee and Scott. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing this. Maybe some of you found it useful. Hopefully some of you at least found it entertaining. It was something I had to do anyway. And, yeah, I thought, you know what? Maybe there's somebody out there that doesn't know how to adjust them and watching this going, oh my gosh, is it that easy? Which I didn't know as I first got out here, but we figured it out. And I just got hit with a frisbee. Here, let's give it one good throw for Scott. Ow. All right, folks, here we go. Ready?
What you can do?
Well, it hit the ground and it rolled. All right, everybody. We will see you in the next video. Bye.